Kind of reminds me of that little like 90s Dixie cup. The most beautiful sports bra ever. But I feel like you can't really see anything. Not a single stitch is out of place. I feel like something is weird going on. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're reviewing everything from the Buff Bunny Frozen collection. This will be launching on Black Friday. It'll be midnight on Friday the 27th for Central Time, which is technically Thursday, Thanksgiving Day at 10 p.m. Pacific time. And unfortunately for my East Coast people, that'll be 1 a.m. on Friday. Everything in this collection will also be 10% off, and the rest of the Buff Bunny website will be between 10 to 80% off. I'll have timestamps for everything in this video, but at the end of the video, I'm going to be talking about my Black Friday must-haves and some of like the major sale items. So stay tuned for that because the Black Friday sale does go live at the same time as this launch. If you're new here, my name is Catherine, and I like to do really in-depth, super honest reviews. My goal for everyone who watches this video is that you shouldn't have any questions by the end. I'm going over every single piece, every single color it's coming in, every single size it's coming in, sizing recommendations. And at the end of the video, I'll also be going over my must-haves from this collection. If you do have additional questions, please feel free to DM me. This is my Instagram. If this video was helpful to you, I would appreciate if you used my code. It's just Catherine. It's not a discount code, it's just a support code to support me. And if you do use my code, definitely enter my monthly giveaway, where now I've upped the prize to two $50 gift cards to any activewear brand you want. It doesn't have to be a brand I'm affiliated with. It doesn't have to be Buff Bunny. It can be literally anyone. The link to enter the giveaway will be down below, and all of the products will also be listed down below. So got a lot of information for you guys. So without further ado, let's start talking about everything. First of all, the colors of the launch. Everything is in shades of blue. This launch was inspired by Alaska, where Heidi, who created Buff Bunny, is from. And if you know me, I am just a sucker for blue. So I hate saying like this is my favorite launch. If you know me, I'm not like just like a hype person, but I do really love blue. So a lot of the pieces in this collection are just like speaking to me on a personal level. I mean, this color? It's just my color. I did get all of the colors of blue, so now I'll cut to a clip showing you all those beautiful colors. So these are all of the blues of this launch. We're starting at the lightest color. They do have whites, that would be the color Polar, but this is actually a very light gray color. Pinto, really? This is a light gray color, it's the color North. This is the lightest blue called Frost. Yes, I did my nails just for this. Then we have a medium blue, this is Alaska. Then we have a deeper, almost royal blue, but a little lighter, this is Glacier. Then we have this deep navy color, this is 50 Below. So yeah, those are all the blues in order. I'll put which colors they are on the screen. And then I just wanted to show you guys that the Avant Ice print actually matches all of these colors. So the gray color in here actually matches the North gray. The lighter blue matches Frost. The medium blue matches Alaska, and then the darkest blue matches Glacier. So you can wear any of these different colored tops with the Avant Ice print, and the Frostbite print, which is this kind of like icy print, matches the Frost color the most. As for color comparisons to other launches, I do have a couple other colors to compare to. I never got the business blue color from the Boss launch, so if I do get a photo from someone comparing those blue colors, I will put them on the screen. But now I'll do a little color comparison clip of these colors versus some of the colors from previous launches. So here are some color comparisons from previous launches. This is Bondi Blue, which I think that the Live Free leggings should also be coming in Bondi Blue. It's a much more like muted blue tone than any of these. These are the Rosa leggings in Indigo, and I would say they're closest to Alaska, but this is definitely a more like true royal blue. And these are the Starry Night Live shorts, and I would say they're like a more purpley undertone than the 50 Below navy. As for sizing, this is important to talk about because I do think that their sizing has changed a little bit within this year, within the past two launches. I noticed when I was wearing some stuff from the Rebel collection, which was the last launch, some of the smalls were feeling a little big on me. And if you're new to this channel, first of all of my measurements are always in the description if you're ever confused. And I am basically always a size small in like every single brand, like Gymshark, Alphalete, basically everything I'm always a size small. And I always wore a size small in Buff Bunny, but I feel like their sizing kind of shifted. Because I did size down to an extra small in the Rebel leggings from the last launch, and they actually fit me a lot better than the smalls. I'm going to insert the size chart on the screen here. My waist is about like 26 inches, and that's in the extra small category, but like my hip glute measurement is technically in like the small category. So I'm kind of in between sizing, which I think is pretty accurate. So I would say definitely go with this size chart. For each of the leggings, I'll tell you whether I think you should size up or down based on your preferences and based on like the piece itself. Personally, if I have the choice of a little bit extra fabric, a little less compression versus a little more compression, a little more snug, I'm always gonna go with the snug option just because I just like how things fit me when they're a little more snug. I just don't like any extra fabric. I'll do some waistband comparisons in this video. I did get mostly extra small bottoms, which would be my normal sizing down, but according to the size chart, that's like kind of my size, if that makes sense. And then I also got some smalls. So hopefully that helps with the sizing. Editing Kath popping on here. My final sizing recommendations after having worn all of the pieces a couple more times. I would go with your normal size for any leggings in the Energy fabric. So that would be like the Live leggings and the Lynx leggings and probably the Rosa Pocket as well. And I would suggest sizing down in anything in the performance materials. So sizing down in the Limitless leggings and the Motion leggings. I did actually find out that they are actually sending me the Outlaw leggings, so I will be posting on my Instagram story my sizing recommendations for that, but I did want to get this video up so you guys had time to watch it. So stay tuned on my Instagram story. I will be posting that by the end of the week and I'll save it to a highlight. I always like to be very thorough about the sizing because with brands like this, you can't always return and get a different size because things sell out, and I do understand that is difficult. I shop for myself too, I know the struggle. I also continue to wear a size small in their sports bras though, so I wouldn't say that their sports bra sizing is really changing. I'll put the sports bra sizing on the screen as well, but according to their sizing, I'm about a 32 double to triple D, and they put me in the size small category, and I always fit in the size small, no problem. So definitely go with their size chart. So now we'll hop into the review of the pieces I got. I will be going over every single piece, even the ones I did not get in this launch. We do have some old pieces that are coming back in just new colors, but this segment of the video is pieces that I did get. So let's hop into it. So first, and probably the leggings I'm most excited about, we have the Live Free leggings. And if you've heard me rambling about how much I love the Live leggings for the past couple months, these are the Live leggings with no front seam, so you had to know I was pretty pumped. I personally am team no front seam, but if you are team front seam, they still have a lot of Live leggings on the site that'll be 25% off for Black Friday. So these are a size extra small. This is the shade Alaska, and I will compare this waistband to the small regular Live leggings that I had in the past. But we have a seamless waistband, no front seam, some curved glute seams in the back, very flattering on the booty. These are a 26-inch inseam, and they're made of the Energy fabric, which is one of my personal favorite fabrics. It's very soft and slightly brushed, but it collects less lint and is less prone to pilling than a super brushed fabric like a Lululemon Align. I'd say it's a little more in between a performance fabric and a super cozy brushed fabric. And I would just like to say for a minute, I always have really good luck with Buff Bunny quality, but the seam quality on these is literally perfect. Not a single stitch is out of place, and I mean, that just looks amazing to me. So these are the Live leggings in a small. These are the Live Free leggings in an extra small. Very similar on the back. I would have to say if there's just one tiny difference, the glute seams on the Live Free leggings look a little more curved than the Live leggings. These look like more of a V. These are like more of a curve, but that could also be due to the fact that these are an extra small, so I'm not sure. Then here's the front of the leggings. They both have tapered waistbands, and obviously the Live leggings have a front seam. The Live Free do not have a front seam, but their crotch gusset is also the same, and they are the same length. All right, here are the Live Free leggings. These are the size extra small. So first of all, with sizing, the extra small on the Live Free leggings is definitely smaller than the Live leggings in a size small. So I would say that the sizing has not changed from the Live leggings to these Live Free leggings. So if whatever size worked for you in the Live leggings, I would get the same in the Live Free. This is a size down for me. This is a very stretchy fabric, so I'm not getting any extra restriction or anything in the size down. These are about a medium compression overall. Waistband also definitely a medium compression. They're definitely a true high rise, goes above my belly button. I did work out in these this morning and they did stay put pretty well. I did notice that the waistband had the tendency to roll a little bit when I was sitting. I think that it bounces back pretty well though. Not gonna get a whole lot of lower tummy control on these. The waistband is kind of higher up, but I also pull out my leggings quite a bit, so that could just be me. You do have kind of an extended crotch gusset, so it can appear in some angles sometimes, but I'm not getting any gathering in the crotch area, so we're set there. High on the booty scale. These are always super flattering on the glutes. I would also give these leggings a cellulite friendly. This is not cellulite proof, but this fabric is definitely a little thicker than like the Nubri fabric, so you're gonna get maybe a little more coverage of cellulite. And I have always found this fabric to be pretty sweat friendly as well. I worked out in it this morning and I didn't see any sweat, but sweat definitely can show sometimes, but it does dry very quickly. So I would say that this is a sweat friendly fabric. I'm definitely going to be getting a lot of use out of these because I love this material and I think the shape of these leggings is just super flattering. So I am definitely a fan of these ones. All right, for my final sizing recommendation for the Live Free leggings, I would go with the same size as your normal Buff Bunny size. I wouldn't mess around with sizing down unless you really found that the Live leggings slid down on you. Is it possible to size down? Yes, I probably would have preferred my normal size small, which is the same size I got in the Live leggings before. Next, we have the Lynx leggings. This is in the color 50 Below, and as you can see, it has a little panel detailing, and the 50 Below one is just a black panel. The black leggings have, I believe, a panel of the Alaska shade, and some of the other shades are totally solid, except they just have a seam detailing here, so it's not going to be a different color for every single one of the shades. These are almost identical to the Live Free leggings. The only differences I've noticed is obviously the panel detailing. The waistband actually goes up a little higher on the Lynx leggings as well, and the back has the same curved seams. So I'd say very similar. This is also in the Energy fabric. Also 26-inch inseam. So these are the Live Free leggings, these are the Lynx leggings. They're both in extra smalls. The waistbands look slightly different. I think that these might just come up a little bit higher, which personally I prefer. Both have no front seam. Obviously you have the little detail on the Lynx leggings that you don't have on the Live Frees. And the crotch gussets are different. On the Live leggings, it's kind of extended and I would say like a little more visible. You could see it more in my try on, I think, because they were a little bit snug on me, so I really should have had the size small. In the gusset of the Lynx leggings is just a little triangle, so it's like a little less extended than the Live Frees. All right, here are the Lynx leggings in an extra small. Very similar to the Live Free leggings. If you like a little more detail to your leggings, you maybe want like a different colored little cutout or just like some seam details, I would go for these instead of the Live Frees. The waistband also did seem slightly higher on these, but they're both pretty much a true high rise to me. The crotch gusset on this one is also slightly smaller, so if it sometimes bothers you if the crotch gusset can be seen like down the leg a little bit, I would also go for the Lynx leggings instead of the Live Frees. Similar medium compression. If you do go with your like normal / bigger size, it'll probably be more of a light to medium compression, but because I did get the size down, it is more of a medium. Same high on the booty scale, super flattering, still cellulite friendly, and we'll sit on all of our stuff for the sit test, and it's pretty good. These are definitely not cutting into me and rolls down like a little bit, but seems to bounce back pretty well. No gathering in the front here, and I'm actually liking these a lot. I don't know if this 50 Below color is like a little bit stretchier, but it actually does feel a little stretchier than the Live Free leggings. So the side seam on the waistband does come down and then splits into the little detail, and then it ends at the inner seam. So it is just on the front, nothing on the back. They do collect some lint and fur, I can tell, because these are a very dark color and I have white cats, so that's the ultimate test. I did lint roll these a little bit because the cats were kind of sitting on them, but yeah. Now on to some of the beautiful new sports bras of this launch. This launch really kills it with the strappy back sports bras. First we have the Juno sports bra. This is in the color North, which kind of looks white, but it's actually a very, very light gray. So I'm a fan, and I was a little hesitant with this one because the straps are pretty thin and I wasn't sure it'd be enough coverage. And while it definitely wasn't a high support sports bra, I actually was completely covered up by this one. So this one's also in the Energy fabric, same as the two leggings we just talked about. Has an elastic at the bottom, some seam details in the front of the sports bra. Then it has two little straps that split into the back and then create this like beautiful strappy design. It's hard to show when it's off. It has like this little wire ring that all of the straps come around and create this little design. All right, here is the Juno sports bra. As you can see, it has these little seam details across the bust. Smaller elastic band towards the bottom, but it is sitting right under my boobs, so I feel like it's a good height for me. Sometimes these bands can kind of like creep up onto the actual bust, and I'm not a fan of that. Surprisingly, I would say that this is a medium coverage. I'm completely covered up on the sides, like I'm not getting any side boob. And while it has a scoop neck, I wouldn't say it's like cleavage city or anything. And we do the shimmy test, and I'm staying in. In terms of support, I wouldn't say it's a lot. I would probably say light to medium, medium if you're like more on the small cup side. I can definitely work out in this, but I wouldn't do any cardio. I don't do cardio anyway. It's the Energy fabric, so it is super, super soft. Probably will show a little bit of boob sweat, but I would assume that it would dry off pretty quickly. I didn't have an issue this morning in my workout. And we go to the back, and then you just have the most beautiful strappy design. You have some wider straps, and then you have all those little strappies that go into the little ring, and it is just so pretty. I mean, they really killed it with the backs of the sports bras in this collection. So I would say this bra is safe for my bigger chested ladies, but still not like a ton of support. Next is the McKinley sports bra. This one's in the color Alaska. This is also made of the Energy fabric, and this one has a slightly thicker bottom band and potentially a little more room in the cup area. The cups also are separated by a seam, which most of their sports bras are, so the cups don't kind of like travel from side to side, you know. This one has slightly thinner straps. They're like a full spaghetti strap, but they do have actually adjustable straps, so that is definitely a nice piece. And then just a very delicate little crisscross detail in the back. All right, so here it is, and the bottom band is definitely a lot thicker than the Juno sports bra, and it is definitely like one solid thick elastic. It is covered with the Energy fabric though, so it's sitting pretty smoothly on me, and it is definitely very soft. I would say this is definitely lower support than the Juno sports bra. I would give this one just a light support overall. I did tighten the straps a little bit. I could probably tighten them a little bit more. Something that I'm always hesitant about with spaghetti strap sports bras as well is that they can be a little thin, and because it's so thin, it just can end up cutting into my neck. So I can imagine this one might get a little bit uncomfortable on my traps and neck over time. So personally, in terms of the thinner strap sports bras, the Juno sports bra is my pick. But if you do really like adjustable straps, this one does have adjustable straps, very open in the back, so it's going to be very lightweight. I feel like this one might run just like a little bit bigger. Maybe I just need to tighten the straps a little bit, but I do feel like I have a little bit of extra space just in a couple spots. I would say light to medium coverage for this one. I do definitely still feel covered on the sides, but a little more side boob than the Juno sports bra. I also feel like it might be a little more scooped than the Juno sports bra, but I am staying in still. And yeah, definitely a light support and jiggling around a decent amount. But yeah, still could wear this, but I probably would be reaching for my other sports bras more. Next, we have some bike shorts, and you guys know I love bike shorts, so I'm pumped about this. These are the Limitless biker shorts, and they also have a Limitless legging that I'll talk about at the end because I did not get them for this launch, but I think they have no front seam, and I think that's a new addition. So these are the biker shorts. They are an 8-inch inseam, so they are true biker length. I got a size small in these, usually in between a size small and medium in shorts, but last time I got their biker shorts, I got a medium, and then they were too big, so I'm thinking a small will work better. This is the Frostbite print, which I think is my favorite of the prints that are launching in this collection. If you're looking for a more sweat wicking performance fabric, like you do a lot of cardio, running, Stairmaster, I don't know, things I don't really do, this is going to be the best fabric for you. It's a sleek performance material, but it's not shiny, and it just holds up really well to sweat, and it's super lightweight and very pill resistant as well. So these have a high waist and a seamless waistband. No front seam as well. They do have side pockets, even though they're shorts. Wow, that's really nothing revolutionary. I just get excited about pockets. Slightly V tapered seam in the back. Yes, they also have matching sports bra that we will show next. All right, we got the Limitless bike shorts. Love the performance material on these. This is a size small, and I would definitely say true to size / size down in these. I would say that this is like kind of my normal Buff Bunny short size. They're definitely not as snug in the waist as the extra smalls are, I mean, as you would assume. I wouldn't say I necessarily have like a lot of room in the waist. Definitely not quite as snug, and I may even have a tiny bit of gaping in the waist too. I'd say overall medium compression on these. We do have no front seam. I probably could wear an extra small in these shorts in the waist and like this region because there is just the tiniest bit of extra fabric, but I wouldn't say it's crazy or I don't think it draws a ton of attention. I really love this ice print, and I will double squat test these in regular nude underwear as well as a pair of colored underwear, but I feel like you can't really see anything. So we do have full side pockets. They can fit your full iPhone, or maybe if you have an Android, I don't know. I wouldn't say they cut into my thighs, but you can definitely see at the bottom, they definitely are snug. Like, it's not giving me a total like in and out, but I'm definitely getting some tightness at the bottom. I still personally wouldn't size up, but if you do carry your weight in your legs, you might get a little bit of tightness at the bottom. I feel like the more I look at it, the more it looks like it's cutting in. Slightly curved seams in the back. I would give these a medium to high on the booty scale. Not quite a high. They're not quite as good as the Live Free leggings. In these prints, you probably will have a little bit of cellulite coverage, but overall this material, I would still just say cellulite friendly at the most. Definitely not cellulite proof. And this material is also definitely sweat friendly. This will be the kind of material that may slide down if you have a size that is too big for you, so I would definitely go normal size / size down. Now testing the leggings with a brighter colored solid underwear. To go with the Limitless bike shorts or Limitless leggings, we have the Jade Mesh Bra. This is one of their older styles of bras, but everyone always seems to love it. It has a thick elastic at the bottom, I'd say like moderate room for cup spaces, has removable cups that have the little seams that separate them again. The straps split into 2 spaghetti straps, and then in the back they kind of crisscross, and then they have like a matching mesh detail. Here's the Jade Mesh sports bra. I have reviewed this one in the past, but it has a nice thick band at the bottom that stays under the bust. It hasn't been like riding up on me. I would say light, maybe medium coverage. I do feel like I get pretty good side boob coverage on this one, and it does have more of a scoop than like the Juno one, I would say. I feel like I have a little less boob space, but I have definitely worked out in my Jade Mesh sports bras, and I never have an issue of losing any girls or feeling like I'm falling out too much. So I feel like it's pretty good. Definitely sweat friendly. This material is definitely good for sweat wicking. Haven't had an issue with it cutting into my traps too much. It's usually pretty comfortable, and you have a very nice pretty back. I would say light to medium support for this one, especially for my larger cup size girls. I wouldn't say it's much more than a light to medium. And yeah, I feel like you could maybe see the cup pads a little bit in this like lighter ice color, but it wouldn't bother me too much. I would say this is more catered towards the smaller cup sizes, the larger cup sizes, but I still think it works for me. Shimmy test, I am staying in pretty well. Next, you guys know I'm excited about this one. We have the return of the Monarch bra. One of my all-time favorite bras from Buff Bunny. Not only is it just a beautiful bra, but it actually provides a decent amount of coverage, and I never fall out of it. I'm actually wearing it right now in the Frost color, and then this is the color Glacier, which I am pumped that I got 2 of these because I will be wearing them all the time. So the Monarch bra is made of the Nubray fabric. I never know how to say it, but basically that's the most naked feel, most highly brushed fabric. One of my favorite fabrics of all time. It's definitely tied with the Energy fabric, but compared to the Energy fabric, the Nubray fabric is a little bit softer, a little more lightweight, a little more naked feel, a little less performance, although I do wear my leggings in this fabric on leg day, and I've never had a problem with it, so I think it can be for performance. This bra has a beautiful deep V. It is also a long line bra. It doesn't have any major elastic or seams, so it is super soft and super comfy. And then in the back, it literally looks like a butterfly. It's just the most beautiful sports bra ever. All right, here's the Monarch bra in Glacier. I reviewed this bra so many times, so I don't think we need much more of an explanation, but it's got a nice long line, a little bit down here. Personally, it never really rolls up on me. It just stays put like this. Definitely the most cleavage out of all the sports bras. It does have a nice deep V in the front, but I always stay put really well. And it also has really good side coverage, so I never really have an issue with side boob or anything. It's really only a medium support, but it still works for me for all of my lifting days and everything. This fabric does show a little bit of sweat, but it actually dries pretty quickly. And the back, of course, is so beautiful, so pretty, especially if you don't like sports bras that go over your traps. If you do have big traps, sometimes sports bras can kind of like cut into them and like be painful over time. These straps just go straight up and down, so they don't cut into your traps at all. I really don't find myself readjusting much with this sports bra when I work out, so. Next, we have the Motion leggings. These are very similar to the Limitless leggings, except they do not have side pockets. So if you're more into just like a legging with no side pockets, these are the Motion leggings, made of the same material as the Limitless leggings and the Limitless biker shorts. This is their new Avant Ice print, and I love it. All of these colors are the same as the like main colors of this launch, so it all fits perfectly. You can wear like any colored sports bra with these leggings. And here we have Pinto. I think Pinto's eyes match the Glacier cover the most. Do you think so, Pint? Hey. They have a nice seamless waistband, they're high-waisted, and they have a slight curved seam in the back, and these also have no front seam, and they also have a 25-inch inseam, so let's try these on. So these are an old pair of Limitless leggings compared to the Motion leggings. These are both a size small, and I would say that the Limitless leggings run essentially the same in sizing to the Motion leggings. If anything, the Motion leggings are like literally a 1/4 inch bigger, but I would say whatever size works for you in the Limitless leggings will also work for you in the Motion leggings. I do recommend sizing down in both both of these. Hello, it is me. I just forgot to mention this is a true print. So the waistband is actually double lined with the print on both sides, but the inside of the legging is just a solid white. This isn't a jacquard, so it's not like knit into the fabric. It is a true print, but even with the white, I feel like when you stretch it out, it still stays pretty colored. Like I wouldn't say it distorts much when you squat or anything. So personally I'm okay with that, but if you don't like prints that are aligned with white on the inside, then I would maybe stay away from this one. So here are the Motion leggings made of the Sleek Performance material, and this is the Avant Ice print, which I think is super cute and unique. Kind of reminds me of that little like 90s Dixie cup in a way, but I still like it. These have no front seam, and they also don't have any pockets. Very slightly curved seams in the back, so they are flattering, but it's not super extravagant. And they're about like 7/8 to full length on me. So these ones are going to be helpful for sizing, because this is a size small as opposed to the size extra smalls I was wearing in some of the other styles. And as you can see, I do have a little more room in the waist, a little extra fabric around here. It's really not crazy, but you can see when I put my legs together. And when I bend over, just the tiniest bit here. So this would be like my normal Buff Bunny size. So if you prefer your leggings to fit like this, slightly less compression, maybe the tiniest bit of extra space, but you can't really tell too much, and just generally not like a skin tight fit, I would go with your normal size. But if you don't like any of this little extra space anywhere and you want a little more compression, definitely size down. So those are gonna be my sizing recommendations. I hope that helps. Personally, I would size down in most of the leggings. These two have a full extended crotch gusset. Think like Lululemon Align style. It goes all the way down the leg. These are giving me about a light to medium compression. It will be more like a medium if I size down to the extra small. In this print, you will get some cellulite coverage, but overall, these are maximum like cellulite friendly and definitely good for your high performance workouts. So I really love this new print, and I think it goes really well with all of the sports bras. You can wear it with the Jade Mesh sports bra, but personally I like to match the colors of the solid sports bras with the colors of some of the like paint splatter parts of these leggings. I think that these two personally look super cute together, so. So something a little new and a little different in this collection is the crushed velvet. When I saw the crushed velvet, I wasn't quite sure of it. I've never been like a huge velvet person. It is soft, but I feel like if it's done wrong, it can look like really cheap. So I wasn't sure about it, but I did want to at least try one of the things for you guys so that I could review. So my favorite thing was the dress. This is just called the Frozen dress, and this is the color Gold Rush. And funny enough, when they like sent out the email about like all of the stuff that was launching to like the affiliates and everything, literally like the next day Lululemon announced all their velvet stuff. I was like, apparently velvet is a thing now. I don't know, but here's the dress. And if you were looking for someone to test if this dress is gonna be too short or not, I'm your girl, because almost all dresses are too short on me because my torso is a million miles long. So we will test it. Maybe I'll even measure the full length of this for you guys. I think that would be helpful. And I like being helpful, so I'll do that. Just got little spaghetti straps, and it has a little slit at the side. And the main reason I was actually somewhat excited for this dress was usually I see dresses with spaghetti straps, and I'm like, sign me out. I can't do it. Not gonna work for me. Oh, Pinto. Oh, you're just gonna sit here with me while I film? That'd be great. This dress actually has a built-in shelf bra, which eliminates the need for me to wear a bra, so that is excellent news. It has an elastic that goes all the way like 360 around the dress. I'm a little hesitant about the like lining of the shelf material being in the velvet, because sometimes if you brush velvet the wrong way, it can be like a little itchy, so I hope that it's not uncomfortable for me. It does have cup pads. It has stitching that separates the cup pads, so you're not gonna like get the cup pads going everywhere. So I thought that was a nice touch. These straps are adjustable, and there is a zipper on the side of the dress that just goes down like maybe like a quarter of the way. I just would like you guys to see that he's sitting right here with me. Isn't that too cute? All right, so the length of the dress from the full bottom to the top is about basically 28 inches, and from the slit to the top it's about 20 inches. So the slit itself is about 8 inches. All right, so here's the Frozen dress. And I was expecting it to be really short, honestly, but it's really actually not. Like, it's totally going several inches below my butt, and like I said, guys, I have a long torso, very long. So I actually would feel comfortable wearing this. The only thing is the slit does go up a little high. I'm not at risk for like exposing my underwear or anything, but you definitely do have to be a little bit careful of it. It wouldn't be like spreading your legs open this way. It might be a little risky. This is a size small. I would say it's more of a relaxed style fit. It's definitely not skin tight. Straps are adjustable, which was nice. But now I'm gonna come up closer because I feel like something is weird going on with this top part. I don't know if it was meant to be kind of like almost a draping neckline situation here. I feel like it's just a little too big for me up here, which is strange because I would just assume that I'm a size small. So if you are going for this dress, I actually would probably size down. It might be a little tighter along this area. Personally, I think I have the space for it, but it's also just not very tight in the shelf bra. I don't really feel like I have a lot of support. I feel like I'm a little loose here, so I definitely could use it to be taken in a little bit. I'm not sure if this situation can be fixed with sizing or if it's just like an issue with the design. Again, I can't really tell, but yeah, just feel a little slouchy here. I'm not really getting a lot of support. I also feel like the cup pads are sitting pretty low. They maybe should have been a little bigger. The inside being velvet is not causing any itchiness, so that is fine. But yeah, I would say that this one is just okay for me. I feel like the idea was cute, but it's just not fitting me super great, so now onto the jackets. I do have 2 jackets, including the teddy coat, which I'm so excited because they launched this last year and I didn't get to try it, and I love me a teddy coat. So it comes in size small, medium, and large, extra large. It is meant to be kind of like an oversized fit. Personally, I'm usually between a small and medium in jackets anyway, so the small medium is perfect for me. So it's definitely an oversized look. It has a very oversized hood, and the hood actually isn't like a separate thing. It like connects down to the jacket, so it's a very slouchy look. The sleeves have a little cuff detailing at the bottom, and there's like a little faux leather, like, I don't know, bear claw situation to connect the jacket together. There's no zipper or anything. And then there's also a little button clasp as well, but when you have the clasp on, you can't really see that it's there, so it's not like distracting or anything. All right, the teddy coat. This is the small medium. I would still say it's slightly oversized on me. I don't think it's like overwhelming me though. You can do the little button together. This is what it looks like together. It's definitely on the longer side of a jacket. It basically covers my butt. Almost kind of gives me bathrobe vibes with this little part right here, but I still like it. I think it makes it really cozy. If you are looking for a jacket that you can zip up all the way to like really stay warm, I don't really think this is the one, but if you're looking for more of a slouchy, relaxed style jacket, this is quite cozy. Coming up closer, here's the little button detail with kind of like the fake leather, and you can also snap it closed with the little snappy detail. It is definitely super soft. The hood is also super cozy. I am definitely going to be wearing this. This is like my style of jacket because your girl likes to be comfy all the time. The little wrist cuffs are like maybe a little long for me. I can't tell if it looks weird or not. Maybe it's just because I'm tall, but if you're shorter, you could always like roll them up once, and then they'd be a little more like this. The bottom hem is actually just like kind of like a little regular seam. I would maybe expect it to be folded over once, so it is a little thin at the bottom. I don't really think it's super noticeable, but if we're gonna be nitpicking, it is just a little bit thin at the bottom here. Metal Buff Bunny logo around here, and it has 2 internal pockets. They don't zip or anything, but they are pretty spacious pockets. Like I would say I could probably fit a decent amount of stuff in here, and they're slightly angled too. So yeah, this is super soft. And then I got the Fifth Element windbreaker, which I'm not normally like a windbreaker person, but this one's actually pretty thick and more like jacket-like to me, so I was excited. This is the polar white color, and this one comes in the normal sizes, extra, extra small to 3XL. So you have a little hood at the top, but the hood actually does zip off if you want to, so you don't have to have the hood. It has one of those necks that come up kind of high in the front. Then you do have a full zipper, one of the side zippers, and on the inside it has a little drawstring, so you can make it a little more of like an hourglass fitted shape, and it does have a little pocket in the back, like right above like where your butt would be, and it just feels like a really nice windbreaker material. It is totally water resistant and everything, so you can like pour water on it and it falls right off. Honestly, this would be a nice raincoat. I don't have a raincoat. And it doesn't make like the sound as much as some windbreakers do, so as you can hear, like it's definitely a windbreaker material, but it's not as like loud and annoying as some of them. I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. And it definitely has a lot of thickness and structure to it, so excited for this one. Let's try it on. All right, so here's the windbreaker. Like I said before, it is actually water repellent, so if you get water on this, it's just gonna slide right off. It does also have little slits for little thumb holes. I wouldn't say it's like the most comfortable thumb hole. It does feel a little bit like probably too short for my arms personally to wear them through the thumb holes, because when I extend my arms, the thumb hole's like at my wrist, you know? So if you're taller, you're probably not really long enough for the thumb holes. This is a size small. Usually I'm between a small, medium, and jackets. But this is definitely not too small for me, so I would definitely say true to size of the jackets, there's really no need to size up. It's actually a really nice material. I do really like it. It has this little pocket right here. Oh, it goes all the way to your armpit. That's actually quite spacious. Oh, I can fit like my entire phone in this pocket. That looks a little weird because you have like a rectangle on your boob, but it fits. It also has a zipper pocket here in the back where you could also fit your phone down there. Pretty good length. It goes like to like the middle of my butt. Wouldn't say it's too long or too short. If this is too boxy of a fit for you, you do have like the drawstrings on either side, so we'll tighten it up just a little bit here. So this is it, tightened up a little bit. You got just a little more shape to it, a little less boxy. I'd probably wear it slightly like this because I feel like it's good balance. And yeah, whenever I get Buff Bunny jackets, I always end up wearing them a lot more than I think I will, so I actually think I will get some use out of this, even though I live in the desert and it does not rain, which that's my personal favorite choice of weather because I don't like the rain. To be honest, it's rained like once in this past year. They do have side pockets here and they are zip pockets, so they are nice and secure. I love zip pockets because personally I don't trust anything to be put in any pocket if it doesn't zip up because it's just gonna fall right out. Like even the teddy coat that has like the angle pockets, still I don't trust it. It's gotta have zips. The hood does zip off or you can wear it and look like this. So that is it for the new pieces that I actually have with me. And now we move on to the other pieces that are launching that I don't physically have with me. So there are a couple more crushed velvet pieces. There's the Twilight pullover, which is kind of just a sweatshirt with kind of an open neck. No hood or anything, but it is made of the crushed velvet material. There's also the Frozen cami, also made of the crushed velvet. Just a simple cropped cami, spaghetti straps. The straps are adjustable and it does also have built-in padding. So if you don't want to wear a bra with it, you kind of have a little padding to go with. Probably still not a ton of support, but I would wear this more as a lounge piece and not a gym piece. And then to go with the Frozen cami, they also have the Frozen shorts. These just look like a little lounge short made of the crushed velvet material. They don't look super long or anything. I would guess probably a 4-inch inseam. They do have back pockets and side zipper pockets and a little drawstring. You can either pair that with the Frozen cami or the Twilight pullover. The Revolution bras are also returning. That is another bra in the Nubri fabric. So the two Nubri fabric bras would be the Monarch bra and the Revolution bra. Personally, I go more for the Monarch bra. I would say the Monarch bra is better for larger cup sizes. The Revolution bra for me, it's a square neckline and I feel like it's a pretty good amount of coverage, especially on like the side area, but I just fall out of it all the time. Like my boobs are constantly trying to come out of it. Personally, I don't really recommend it for anyone bigger than like a D or double D. It's possible it's just my shape because I know a lot of people love this bra, but it does have a very beautiful crisscross back style detail. It is also a long line bra and the square neckline. A new piece they have is the Bear Claw tank, which is a one shoulder design. It does have a built-in bra with removable cup pads, so you don't have to worry about like wearing a one shoulder bra underneath it. It does have a built-in bra. It is a full length tank, but it doesn't look super long, so it'll probably end like right at your hips. And it has a little diagonal mesh panel. This piece looks super cute, especially if you're into the one shoulder strap designs. I wasn't sure how that would work on me. Sometimes I struggle with the one shoulder things, but with the built-in bra, it actually looked pretty secure. They also have the Bear Claw sports bra, which like the tank is a one shoulder design. It actually looked decently supportive, good amount of coverage, and it also has a mesh panel detail. The sports bra is made of the Perform fabric, also the same as the Outlaw leggings, which will also be relaunching in this launch. The Perform fabric has a lot of compression and is definitely a performance material, but I find that it shows sweat and the sweat kind of like lingers for a little longer than the Energy or the Nubri fabric. That's just how I've found it. They also have the Denali sports bra. It has a sweetheart neckline. The back is very open style with these little thin straps that kind of crisscross. It definitely looks like more of a light support to me. This one's also in the Energy fabric. I also did not get the Northern Lights jacket. The Northern Lights jacket and leggings are made of a kind of like almost shiny fabric that kind of looks like a fake leather material. I can get behind this material sometimes, but knowing me, I would have probably not worn it as much because I just tend to not like go for those type of things. I recommend the black color the most because it kind of looks like a fake leather, but personally I wasn't huge on like the shiny materials. The Northern Lights jacket has side pockets, a full-length zipper, thumb holes, and a hood as well. And the Northern Light leggings are 26-inch inseam, same shiny material as the jacket. It's a seamless waistband with no front seam as well. Most of the back seams in this collection have been slightly curved to contour the glutes. It looks like from some of the photos that the back seams on the Northern Lights leggings is just straight across. You're not going to get that same glute contour that some of the other seams have in this collection. collection. Then you have the Limitless leggings. The Limitless leggings are only coming in the snow camo color. They do have side pockets. I believe they don't have a front seam anymore, which is different from the previous Limitless leggings. Made of the same material as the Limitless shorts we talked about in the previous Limitless leggings, so definitely going to be a nice sleek performance material. 25-inch inseam, and I would definitely recommend sizing down in the Limitless leggings. They can be a little slippery and they just run a hair big. They're also returning with the Rosa pocket leggings. I've actually never tried the Rosa pocket leggings, but I have tried the Rosa leggings and I always loved those. I'm not sure if these new Rosa pocket leggings have a front seam or not, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. But they are made of the Newbury fabric, which is the same material as the Monarch bra that we talked about. This is going to be your most naked feel, your most like soft, luxurious kind of legging. I still wear them on leg days and all that, but they're probably like the least performance-y material. 26-inch inseam, and as they say, the Rosa pocket leggings, they do also have side pockets. We also have the Outlaw leggings, which are made of the Perform fabric. So they're definitely on the sleeker side, but they're definitely a little thicker than the material of the Limitless leggings. These ones have no front seam, but they do have a band at the top of them. If you find that you usually have a problem with leggings falling down a lot, these ones might be for you because they do have that top band to kind of hold them up. I've never tried these, so I don't know how much it cuts into your waist or anything. From what it looked like on most people wearing these, it wasn't like cutting into their waist too much, so I wouldn't be too worried about like muffin top or anything, but it does have that top band. So if you don't like a top band, don't go for these. If you find the leggings fall down a lot, maybe try these out. These ones are also a 26-inch inseam. Another jacket is the Hibernation hood. It's made of a polyester rayon spandex blend, and it looks like a super cozy kind of like sweatshirt material, but it does have kind of an extended, like almost like mock turtleneck situation that looks like it would just keep your neck really nice and warm. It looks super cozy. And it also has a drop shoulder detail. Next is the Permafrost pullover. I would say it's like semi-cropped. It looks like it goes over most people's leggings, so I wouldn't worry about like showing any skin or anything if you are wearing them with like leggings. It does have a quarter zip detail and thumb holes, and I feel like when I say this, you're not gonna be able to unsee it, but it reminds me of those old like textured shirts that like, I don't know, they used to sell like, I used to find them at like Walgreens. I never owned these, but it kind of reminds me of those. So I wasn't sure I was obsessed with this texture. The last bra is the Blizzard Zip Up bra. It's the first zip bra I've seen from Buff Bunny, and they say it's good for like bustier ladies, so bummed I didn't get to try this one, but it looks cute. It has a built-in hook inside, so you can kind of like hook it before you zip it up, because sometimes when you try to zip them up and they don't have that hook, it's like hard to get the zips together. Strappy back detail, little side cutouts, a square neckline, and it is supposed to be pretty supportive. There's the lower 48 crop that has a square neckline, kind of scoop back detail, and also has just little thin spaghetti straps. And it's also made of the Perform fabric. I feel like this would look really cute with some of the strappy back sports bras you have. If you don't want to wear just a sports bra, offer a little more coverage on top. And lastly, the Presidential pants. This is made of the same material as the Boss Blazer and VP pant from the Boss launch. These ones are more of a cargo style. I haven't even seen any pictures of them, but they have like some more pockets and they have like a little belt, and I feel like picture will say more than what I'm saying because I do not know what they look like. They also don't have any sort of zipper. It's just a high waist with a little stretchy waistband. So that is it for all the pieces launching, and now onto the Black Friday sale. So my must-haves from the Frozen collection, I would definitely say maybe one of the strappy sports bras. I really liked the Juno sports bra, and of course the Monarch bra. If you haven't tried the Monarch bra yet, you gotta get your hands on one. They are literally so comfy. If you liked more of a soft legging, I would definitely go for either the Live Free legging or the Lynx legging. If you want a more performance legging, I would definitely go for either the Limitless or the Motion leggings. Personally, I like the prints of the Motion leggings. And yeah, honestly, I think there's a really great range of stuff from this collection. If you're a blue person, this is your launch. I mean, first, who doesn't like blue? I think blue is such a flattering color on like everyone. I'm so here for it. And if you're in the market for a jacket, the Teddy coat is super soft and cozy. And now on to the Black Friday discussion. So everything on the website will be 10 to 80% off, including the Frozen stuff that's launching at the same time. The Frozen and Rebel collections will all be only 10% off, and everything else will also vary from 10 to 80% off. So like the oldest collections will probably be the most on sale, and then the newer collections are only 10% off. So you cannot add things to your cart before the sale because the whole website is going to refresh for the new launch. So you have to get on right at launch time and then add your stuff to the cart and then check out. So don't waste your time adding stuff to the cart before the actual sale, but definitely go through the website and see which things are in stock and see what you may want, because I looked through the website this morning and they actually still have a lot of stock in a lot of different pieces. Sure, some of like the most popular items like the Legacy leggings from like the Boss launch, those are all sold out, but there's still a ton of leggings from the last launch, a ton of sports bras from the last launch, and a ton of stuff from the beginning of the year. They also had several restocks throughout the year, including like a huge restock of all of the Live crop tops, shorts, and leggings. So a lot of those are still in stock too. They will have the same discounts for the US and Canada. If you didn't know, for my Canadian ladies, they do have a special site for Canadians. It's buffbunny.ca instead of buffbunny.com. And they do have a warehouse in Canada, so you don't have to pay any crazy fees or anything. So we love that. So I don't know all of the percentages of what is on sale, but some of my must-haves and things that I know are on sale. The Fall in Love and the Fall Freely dresses are 80% off. These dresses are made of the Energy fabric, which you guys know I love the Energy fabric. And I love the Fall Freely dress so much. It's like nice little short sleeve, super comfy, and you can dress it up or down. I'm surprised that these are still in stock because I actually really liked them and like bought one with my own money. I have mine in a size medium, so I would recommend sizing up if you don't want it like super tight, but you can definitely go with your normal size. The Live shorts and leggings are 25% off, and the Game Changer tote bags and backpacks are 25% off, and I wear either my tote or my Game Changer backpack every day to class. Like, it's the only backpack / bag that I'll wear. I've had one of mine for over a year now, and it literally still looks perfect and is in great condition, and they fit so much stuff. I just love them. So that is it for the Buff Bunny Frozen collection review and little Black Friday recap. Hope it was helpful. Please feel free to leave comments down below so that everyone can see and I can answer them for you guys. I will definitely be up in the comment section answering your Qs, giving your Qs some A's. Again, remember to use my code Catherine if this helped you out at all. I do really appreciate it. I spend like so much time on these videos to help you guys, so I really hope it does help. And again, if you do use my code, make sure to enter my monthly giveaway for a chance to win a $50 gift card. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck with Black Friday sales. I know there's a lot going on this week in the activewear world, so definitely don't feel overwhelmed by everything. You know, I like to go like, oh, I want a couple pieces from this, couple pieces from this. Try not to overwhelm myself. This is a great time to buy gifts now too. Of course, never feel pressured to buy anything. Personally, I do buy more during the Black Friday sales because you do definitely get a lot more like bang for your buck. You're getting everything for a lot cheaper than you would normally get. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!